Alright, we got the real data, so we're going to do a real video. So right here it says, as of today, there are 184 million shares outstanding. So, let's be extremely generous and say the last 2 days, Friday and today, that it was 10% buying power instead of 5%. So of that 80 million shares, it'd be 8 million shares, which would mean, let's go ahead and assume that we did 175 million. So we're going to say that in the last 2 days, we bought $9.1 million worth for 9.1 million shares, which is much higher than the average we've been expecting in our previous formulas. Okay, so we have 175 million that was bought before the reverse split. Correct? So if we go like that and we times that by 9, then we know there's 1.575 billion. Now we know 150 million of those shares came from the 3.7 billion. So we're going to subtract that 150 million because we're trying to compare it to 5 billion and we don't want to compare the rest. So there's 1.425 billion shares. Now that we subtracted the 150 million, we can now add the 3.7 billion we know was issued back in May 23rd, 2023. And we get 3.7 billion. By the math suggested, we literally have to go and say that the last 2 days was 20 to 30% buying power just to make it say that they're maxed out at their 5 billion shares. I don't believe that they can use those 500 million preferred shares. AMC couldn't. They had to make a vote. They had to sell it as a different stock. They had to do all these different things to make it to where now they can combine them. That was a fucking, even without the lawsuit, that was a 6-month process. So whatever they want to do with these preferred shares, if they want to start a new MULN 2, MULN S type thing as a ticker symbol, I'm not going to buy it. If someone wants to go buy it, go do what you want to do. I'm sticking with the common stock. But damn, the math says that we're there. It's done. Game over. I don't know what more I can show. That's just the proof. This is the SEC filing from today that says how many shares, and no matter how we do the math, it says that they've used all 5 billion shares. And they just gave themselves 50 million more from the last vote, but that's for MULN Automotive to make money off of dilution. They're not touching those until we're already at $20 a share. And then it might bring it down for a little bit, but it's going way above that too. I'm trying to imagine how else we could look at this. So here it says 86 million and 3 million. We already did. Oops. What happened? So, yeah, there's just nothing in here that would tell us how many more shares they have. So, for example, if before the 2 days they still had 50 million shares and then they reverse split, they still have 50 million shares, and then we could have bought 20 million shares in the last 2 days, 30 million shares, and that means they have 20 or 30 million shares left. I refuse to believe that there's fake shares out there. There never has been in the past, and there's no reason to believe that there is now. So, I don't know. It sounds like they're in their last 10 millions of shares, and it sounds like MULN's got 50 million in the bank ready to cash out, plus whatever they get from the buyback. And yeah, definitely expect MULN to dilute once we hit $20 or more a share. They're going to be going for $1 billion in cash, so they never got to worry about money again. And that's a smart thing to do. That's what AMC did, and we squoze after that because we made them so cash rich. Like, the biggest problem with MULN was that when they diluted for the last year, they didn't get the money like every other company in history has. The fucking financiers that gave MULN $200 million got all the money. We gave them $1 billion and they gave MULN none of it. But MULN couldn't get off the ground unless they got that $200 million, and he knew that's all he needed to prove to the world he got what it takes. And so he fucking took the $200 million and he fucking put his head down, waited for the stocks to crash, started buying up companies because he knows where he's going. And people sold to him because they know where he's going. Like, other people had EV companies that could be successful without David, but they wanted to be under his umbrella. And it's because the whole stock market, all the rich people are attacking all these EV companies, and they're doing it to bankrupt them because they don't want Tesla to have a challenger. And now these small EV companies are jumping on ship to MULN because they know that something's got to give, and if anyone's going to give it, it's going to be MULN. Good luck, guys.